with my dad in the garage. The sawdust, that pine sol in the moss. Around every spring, when the winter thaw, we'd huddle around the radio, twist the broken knob. 7:10 a.m., no KJR. Dave Lee House's voice would echo throughout the yard. Couldn't have been older than 10, but to me and my friends, the voice on the other end might as well have been God's. 1995. The division series, Eggers at to bat, bottom of the 11th inning. Got the whole town listening, swung on and belted. The words distorted, Joey Core rounds third. Here comes Griffey, the throw to the place, not in time. My oh my, the Mariners win it. Yes, fireworks, they lit up that ceiling in the Kingdome. We had just made history.
Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My.
It's one of the most iconic baseball cards of all time. It helped define a generation of collecting. It's recognized in the YouTube card collecting community as it was voted among the inaugural class of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame. Here's the story of the 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card and its lasting impact on the hobby. In the spring of 1989, a few months later than first hoped, arrived 1989 Upper Deck Baseball. A foil-wrapped, tamper-evident pack contained high-gloss cards on high-quality white paper stock, with images on both sides and a hologram. It's hard to imagine those 5 key innovations all happening overnight in one product. That's even harder to imagine happening now. Equally important was the price. 1989 Topps was selling for 45 cents a pack. Boxes could be had at $14 to $16. Upper Deck came out at $1 a pack. Ask a dealer for a box that first weekend of release, and it was $35 for 36 packs. It was an enormous leap in quality and price. Just like any new product, some jumped on the new technology, and others laughed at the perceived gimmicks. At the first shows, some collectors remarked, $1 a pack? That's crazy. They will be out of business in a year. Others felt different, and across the same room, there were single cards of card number 1 being bought and sold quickly at $4 to $6 each. Again, $4 for a card in 1989 seemed nuts. Few, if any, cards since 1985 had that value. Some bought in, and others dismissed it as a worthless fad. What few knew at that time was that kid, that smiling kid on the 1989 Upper Deck card number 1 would drive that product, drive that company, and develop executives for the hobby that are still working today. Upper Deck was on track to create a beautiful product like the hobby had never seen. But we all know a good look means nothing without collectible content. Tom Guidman would go from a high schooler and baseball prospect whiz to a card shop and card company executive in a little over a year and a half. He was tasked with putting the 1989 Upper Deck baseball checklist together, a checklist that would be one of the most important to a generation of collectors. Filling in 664 of the 700 card set would be fairly easy. The first 26, though, were chosen to be Upper Deck's Star Rookie subset. Heading into 1989 spring training, the locks for everyone's rookie subsets were Greg Jeffries, who already was up with the Mets in 1988, Sandy Alomar Jr. of the San Diego Padres, or Double-A Player of the Year Gary Sheffield. It would have been so easy to just select Jeffries. He was the most experienced player, and collectors couldn't wait to get their hands on his cards. Griffey had to look like a long shot to anyone in that position. He was injured the year before, and not even expected to start the season in the majors. Although he was the Mariners' number 1 overall draft pick in 1987, he had never appeared above Double-A to that point. But Guidman, who was born within a few days of the kid, had a hunch. As he put his initial checklist together, Griffey was always the guy for him. Guidman just needed to convince his supervisors. It was never about the first card in our first set. I honestly never thought about that, said Guidman. For him, it was about having the best prospect at the front of the star rookie subset. Guidman felt Griffey had so much more upside than Jeffries, who was already overhyped in his opinion. The other issue was Upper Deck could not use minor league photos, and none existed of Griffey in Mariners garb. This added to the commitment required to have Griffey included in the set. Fortunately, a Sports Illustrated photographer was on assignment to capture Ken Griffey Sr. on a day off, and was able to add Jr. in the shoot. It was actually an image of Griffey in a San Bernardino Spirits uniform, corrected with a graphics machine called Cytex. Upper Deck staff stripped in a Mariners logo over his Spirits hat and tinted the color a bit. The effort and gamble paid off big time. Griffey made the Mariners' opening day starting lineup after a spring training batting average of .359. And the rest is history, or in this case, historic. On the 20th anniversary of the card's release, Sports Illustrated called it the last iconic baseball card. Most would argue the most iconic cards ever are the T206 Honus Wagner and the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle. There are only about 60 Wagners. The Mantle was a double print, with estimates in the tens of thousands or more. In collectibles, iconic has little relation to production. In recent years, the card, the set, and the whole hobby have settled quite a bit. Raw copies of the 1989 Upper Deck Griffey can be found for under $10. A mint example, like the one I have in the backdrop, is quite affordable, which us collectors definitely won't complain about. The card has been produced in porcelain, gold-plated, anniversary reprints, parallel reprints, buybacks, and much more. In the background, I also have a Griffey signed baseball. I love to collect signed baseballs, and adding a Griffey to the collection was an absolute must. That particular ball has been authenticated by Upper Deck. But next, I'm going to show you my favorite piece in my Griffey collection. It's a 1989 Upper Deck signed rookie card of the Kid. The autograph is graded a Gem Mint 10 by PSA. Beautiful, clean, bold, blue signature of Griffey. I'm a big fan of his autograph. I cannot say enough about how much I love this signed version of the 1989 Upper Deck card number 1. I am very proud to own it and have it among the collection. Now, Griffey himself is well versed in the history of his card. He knew the photo was originally a San Bernardino shot, and he admitted to still owning over 100 copies of the card. 1989 was really the perfect storm for Griffey and his cards. He was young, with a big smile, had 5 tools, a gorgeous swing, was a top draft pick, and noted son of a World Series champion. Combine that with the inaugural release of the highest quality baseball cards produced up to that point, and you have a winning combination. 1989 Upper Deck card number 1 was featured in mainstream sports publications, cable programs, TV commercials, websites, and music videos. For these reasons, it is also easily recognizable among non-collectors. There may be more valuable and important cards released in our lifetime, but there may not be one more iconic. So I hope everyone enjoyed this tribute to the Kid and his 1989 Upper Deck star rookie. So, as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, thanks for caring, and I will see you in the next one.
Lace and woven, barely holding that stitch. Creases of time amongst the grime and the grit. Weathered leather, he used to pound his fist. To some it's just a myth, but see that glow is him. Yeah, tell me stories on the field with that sun-stained brim. Blood under my chin, he taught me how to spit. Sunflower seeds back with me and my crew. Sunburnt arms, big league shoe. Yeah, we were like the Sandlot after dinner. After practice we listened to the M's in the kitchen. And if mine wasn't tripping, come on dad, please, I swear this one more inning. Voice would pump through the system. Break out the rye bread. It's grand salami time, my oh my, another victory, yes. My city, childhood, my life, watching Griffey right under those lights.